Hey everybody, welcome back to Two Nerds and a Podcast. Today we're having some yippity yap. I am being a very bad podcaster and I have not started The Boys yet. But Casey has. I will say I have seen one picture. I'm assuming it's from the first two episodes. Casey can verify of the Deep having, I'm pretty sure it's a light pointed at either his bumhole or his ding dong. I don't know. He's in that pose with a light, and I'm just like, I hate this guy. Which I
Yeah,
know
the deep
I've
sucks.
said that every time we've talked about The Boys, but he's irritating.
He
And
sucks. He's
now,
the worst.
yeah, and like the first season, I'm like, okay, he's just like dumb, whatever. But every season, like now we're at the point where I'm just like, is he gonna be murdered this episode? Please, Eric Kripke, have mercy, please murder the Deep. But the Deep's like a cockroach, and he will survive everything and anything.
I will say, I'm not going to give spoilers, but somebody does die already.
Like
I'm
like
not going to give
main
spoilers though.
like
Like
main
a
ish.
yeah, like a main like has been in the season since the first episode.
Oh, okay. So a long timer.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. So good. At least they're not too afraid of killing off people. But
um
I am very excited to see. I'm
I
not excited to
also
see the Deep, but excited for
will
everybody
say I
else.
don't know if you follow the boys on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
but I always will admire and love their use of practical effects. I forgot his
Yes.
name, but the guy with the really long wiener.
Oh, uh-huh.
I love that it's actually just like they just have a
A
really
big
long wiener
flesh wiener.
attached to
Yeah.
him.
Nice big silicone wiener.
I'm like, that's
Yeah.
imagine working like on the boys and being like, yeah, no, I just made a, 50-foot wiener today. Like that's what I do at
Yeah.
my job.
Sweetie, what did you do at work today? Oh, I made a very, very like extra like 50-foot long wiener. And you're like, oh,
What?
lovely. I
Sounds
love that for
fun.
you. Well, it's just like the I think my favorite practical set from The Boys is indeed the like 20-foot tall tip.
Where he
That
climbs into it.
where he
Yeah.
climbs in and is like touching and all of that, and I'm just like, wow, dedication to make
Yeah, that's
that
great.
life size.
Hey,
And not even life size,
they
like big enough for some like an actual person to go into is
yeah, and
crazy.
make them look like small. So it's
Yeah,
giant.
yeah, it's huge. That's how you you know like everybody has probably the most immature sense of humor on that set, and they've just
Yeah,
been like begging for somebody to let them just make a giant tip
yeah.
or a
It's a
giant
very,
fake weenie.
very interesting.
Yeah, and like what a
Show.
way to use practical effects, man. What a
I
way.
mean, at least they're using practical effects and not just all CGI. So props to them for making the giant wieners.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
We're
because
just
didn't
like,
they make? They also made one for the Gen V, right? Because that one chick gets like really, really tiny, and she was like
yeah.
riding it, and they
Yeah.
made like a
And
giant
they
one for her
made a basically a
to.
giant dildo for her to ride,
That's
which is actually
amazing.
hilarious. I just like, and it's funny because it's one of those things that I feel like actors and stuff, they're probably like, how I wonder how they're gonna do this. I wonder, like, because obviously in a lot of movies we see a lot of green screen, a lot of blue screen. Like for certain things, they're just like riding like a green screen covered pole, right? Like if you're riding a horse, it's just a green screen covered barrel
Hmm.
that's on like a freaking, oh, what is it called? Where it like moves and stuff. The word will come to me later.
Like a
But
treadmill
yeah, like a
type of thing.
treadmill or even like a hydraulic lift, that's the word.
Oh yeah,
Where
yeah,
it like it'll like trot like and so you're
yeah.
like you're like that's probably what they're going to do, and then you walk into work and it's just a giant dildo in the middle of like a house, like it's just like
Yeah, it's
What happened
crazy.
to you today? I got I mean, it probably makes the immersion for them a lot better because you're actually doing it and you just realize your job's really ridiculous. And I love that for them.
Yeah, especially with that show.
Yeah. I also love there's an interview clip going around because Anthony, who plays Homelander, and Jensen, who plays Soldier Boy, were doing press together. And this one guy from India was like, "Hey, Jensen, you're like really famous in India. A lot of barber shops like to use you, like,
Oh, I
and
saw that
yeah,
clip.
and like I've seen it before where that like barbershops will have Jensen Ackles like pictures in their windows to be like, this is what we can do for you. And I'm like, you can't use that picture because that's Jensen Ackles. But my favorite thing is the newest one is somebody photoshopped him bald.
Bald. They've been balding.
Bald as the before shot, and then the after shot was just his regular headshot. But I like to think that somebody actually took the time to photoshop him a beautiful beautiful man with a beautiful head of hair, just completely bald.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I also love that Anthony was like, that's going on my wall. Somebody print that for me. I'm putting it on the wall. And I'm like, yeah, I would also like to.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's an amazing before and
Oh,
after. I'm
yeah,
glad he got
it's
his hair
just
back.
great. Yeah, Jensen, I'm so glad that you went to that barbershop to get your hair done. Because obviously you were a miracle. Went from
Yeah,
absolutely
now you're not
bald
bald
to full
anymore.
head of hair. Gosh, I love people. I love the internet sometimes, and sometimes the internet's the worst. Um, but yeah, I need to start the boys. I have though continued my crawl through One Piece, the animated series. Um, and I'm very excited because we're getting to a character that I feel like every One Piece character I see them and I get edits of them via the internet, and then I'm like, I like him. When do I meet him? And they're like,
In
650 episodes in. And I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
you
okay.
have to get 7/8 of the way through.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, but that's my husband. What do you mean I have to wait that long? So, one of the husbands, we've actually met him previously. He was in pre-time skip era, but like at the very end of pre-time skip, and we got him for like 5 episodes or something ridiculous like that. And I'm like, okay, I know I'm gonna love this. His name is Trafalgar Law. He's what I am deeming the emo boy of One Piece. He's very beautiful. He's got really cool hand tattoos. They say death on his fingers, which reminds me of Noah Sebastian's Bad Omens tattoos. Um, so I love him. He's finally come back into the fold. Except now, spoiler alert, he's a warlord, and I was like, my baby's a warlord now? He's not a rookie, he's a warlord. I love that for me. So now I'm, in fact, in love with two warlords because Shanks is a warlord and now Law is a warlord. So 10 out of 10 for me. But I love One Piece. I'm never going to shut up about One Piece, about Supernatural, or about Pedro Pascal ever.
Yep,
Um,
true.
but One Piece
Those
is
are
just,
fun.
I had it, I was cleaning today. I told Casey when I texted her this morning, I'm like, my goals are to wash my bedding and clean my room. Like deep clean. Like I dusted and I mopped and I cleaned my rug and like full clean. I just need to put my desk has stuff I need to put away. But knowing me, it'll probably sit there for about another week before I actually do that. Um, but I had One Piece on in the background, which I highly recommend is how you should watch a majority of One Piece,
Yeah,
just in the
unless you
background.
have all the time in the world and you're unemployed.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're like a like if you want to get your child into like a good I mean, it's not necessarily always child friendly, but like if you I mean, it's I feel like a lot of children's shows are much worse nowadays. Um
Yes.
so it's a good like I want to watch. It's literally 20 minutes and I spend at least an hour a day doom scrolling, so like I can watch a couple of episodes and doom scroll, you know? It's
Mhm.
real good. Also they do it less now because I am post time skip, but in the beginning if you're not paying too much attention and you get to the next episode and you're like, crap, I don't know what happened in that last episode, don't worry. They will spend the first 5 minutes of the following episode telling you what happened in the last episode. So it is not a hard show to pay attention to. Also, the one thing I really love about One Piece is it's just, even though it does have a lot of serious topics and it is like pirates, the hijinks in this show is just unbelievable. That like as I'm cleaning, I just like pause and close my eyes, like, oh my god, Luffy, no! Where like I just got through a scene that and I still don't know why, but the Chopper, Sanji, Nami, Brooke, and is it Brooke? No, maybe Brooke's not there. Yeah, Brooke's there. And Frankie have all like body swapped. And I don't know why. We haven't figured out why, but Sanji ended up in Nami's body.
What?
And yeah, which is crazy because Sanji is the most girl crazy man in existence in One Piece. And I was just, they're like running from the bad guys, right? And Sanji was like, I need a camera right now before we change before we change back to our regular bodies. And I was like, Sanji, no, that's an inside thought. And Nami was like, what do you need a camera for? And I'm like, Nami, you know exactly what he needs a camera for. You better get back on your body ASAP.
Sanji's silly.
Sanji is silly, as is Chopper. I love
Yes.
Chopper. He's so cute. I just want to squeeze him.
Yes, he is the cutest.
I
The
also think it's
cutest
kind
thing
of
ever.
funny because Chopper is a doctor. So he's the science and the medicine, right? He's also like highly superstitious, which I think is quite funny. Cause like they ran into a bad guy and he like pulls out like this giant cross and he's like, "Are you dangerous?" I'm like, Chopper.
Aw, he's so cute. I love him.
And then it was because there, and he is also like a high key believer in like old wives' tales. There was one episode, I don't even remember what arc it was in, um, but he sneezed and he's like, "Oh, somebody must be thinking about me or talking about me." I think is what it is. And I'm pretty sure it was Zoro was like, "Do you really believe that?" And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, Chopper. I don't think that's how things work, but like literally it cut to the other half of the crew and Luffy was talking about Chopper. I'm just like, that's so funny. I love that he's like superstitious.
Aw, I love him. I
He's so cute.
wish I could take him
Um
home with me.
yeah, I have to resist every time I see a little plushie of him. I'm like,
I
no,
know, he's so
I don't need
cute.
it. And he's just, I love that he's just so easy to make happy. You're just like, here's some
Oh,
candy, and he's like, you're the best. I love you.
I
Little
love him.
choppy. Have you watched the new season of JJK yet?
I have not. I haven't really watched anything. I'll start watching things and then I'm like, no, I'm not watching this right now.
Mm,
Um,
that's fair.
the new season of Euphoria comes out today, so I may watch that.
I have not seen any of Euphoria.
It's kind of sad though because like two characters like died IRL.
Oh yeah,
So well, Eric Dane died after they shot this season, so he's
yeah.
still in the show. But Angus Cloud, I think was his name. He played
Mm-hmm.
Fez. He died after season two, before season three.
Yeah, yeah. I
Which is kind
know.
of sad.
Yeah, I know. But I know there was an interview with what's his name, Dane. Is that what his name is?
Eric Dane, yeah.
Eric Dane, where because he had, oh my god, what he had something,
ALS.
ALS, and so he just doesn't have like a lot of like control of like his limbs and stuff. Like he doesn't have full range of motion. And so he was in an interview and he was like, yeah, they were, put me in my truck and they were like, we need you to act like you're really drunk. And he's like, great, because I already sound and move like I'm
Yeah.
drunk because of this disease. And I'm like, top tier, sir, top
Yeah.
tier. You get to be paid lots of money just to exist. I love that for you.
Yeah. And he
Um,
was like so young too. It was kind of sad because he was like only like in his 50s too.
yeah.
But
You had two
yeah.
daughters, right?
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, he's a really good actor too. I really liked him. He was in a show with Jensen called, oh my god, I can picture his face and I cannot think of, it's not Tracker because that was the other show that Jensen is in with the guy from Arrow. Hold on, let me see. It only has one season and then I got canceled and I was so mad. But I guess now it's kind of a good thing because then they never have to kill him off. He can just live on forever.
True.
Countdown. It's called Countdown. It's on Amazon Prime. It is, I think it's good. It's not like a groundbreaking TV show, but I liked it. It's got Jensen and Eric Dane in it, so how could you not?
Yeah. What else do you want?
It also takes place in LA, which I think is kind of funny because they did definitely do some shooting like around LA, but not in LA. Like it
I
may be
mean,
LA County, but it's not LA the city.
yeah. Which I mean, probably easier for them to film not in
Oh,
LA.
absolutely. LA's a nightmare all the time. Also very exciting news. In podcast time, it's already been up for a while, but I finally edited our Bring Me the Horizon vlog. So if you've
Yay!
if you've listened to that episode, you can go watch it now. It is, I think, almost an hour long, and about 45 minutes of that is literally just Bring Me the Horizon footage. So if you like Bring Me the Horizon and you want to see what songs they sung and also see Ollie spin like a top on stage, um, that's up for your viewing
Speaking
pleasure.
of Bring Me the Horizon,
Mm-hmm.
Oliver Sykes keeps teasing Pray for Plagues like
Uh-huh.
remake, and
Mm-hmm.
I am crossing my fingers that we get
Yeah.
it at Sick New World. I don't know if we will,
Oh,
but
that
that
would
would
be
be
cool.
really,
Are they
really,
supposed to
really,
be
really, really
at Sick
cool.
New World?
Yeah, they're like the
One of the
they're like
bigger.
yeah, like not the like two main headliners, but they're like right underneath them.
Oh, okay. So he's like second tier headliner.
Yeah, which
Oh,
is how they
love
were
that for
last or
him.
the time we went. But yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah. I'm hoping for something with that. And Noah Sebastian, please. I need an actual album of some kind. I need a Bad Omens album. More songs, please. Um, Also, I really think that this year should be the year that Ollie and Noah make an actual song together,
Yeah, that'd be
which I can't believe
really
they've
cool.
never done. They've only performed together like what, two, three times?
Yeah, I think they did like a partial tour together. Like he joined
Yeah.
him on like a leg of a tour.
Yeah. But yes, who else? I feel like there was something else music related I wanted to talk to you about. No, I don't remember what it is. I'll remember it as soon as we're done recording.
That's always how it works. I am very excited for Sick New World.
Yeah, you're almost there. By the
I
time
I'm almost there.
this episode goes up, it'll only be a week away.
I will be 30 on the day of the festival, so I will be bringing ibuprofen and Tums. Um, because my feeties
And
will
you're
hurt.
icy
I
hot.
know. My icy hot and lots of water, and I got a fan. And listen, I've been used to not warm weather, so even if it's
Oh
like 70
yeah, you're gonna melt this
either,
year.
yeah, I'm very excited. And then the next week after that, I will be going and seeing AFI in the cities. I can't wait.
Woo! Are they doing a whole North American tour? AFI?
They're doing like this side of the United States
Okay.
because they are not going back to the West Coast, and Jimmy was upset about it. And I saw Minneapolis, and I scooped up a ticket because it was only $30. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it's like a really tiny venue.
Mhm.
Kind of like a. It looks. I mean, from the pictures I've seen, it looks kind of like a nightclub almost.
Okay.
Um, but my plan is, I took that Saturday off. My plan is to go super early. Listen, I'm gonna be one of those people that camps out all day. And I think that's fine for AFI because I love Davy Havoc so much, and
Mhm.
it's just general admission, no
Uh,
VIP, nothing.
it's a House of Blues
So
situation where
yeah,
you sprint to the stage.
yeah, that is gonna be my plan. I'm gonna bring, activities to keep me entertained, but I will be getting as close as possible,
Yeah.
um, because I've already been supposed to see them twice, and I still haven't seen them yet. But 2 weeks will be
This
my first
time's the
time.
time. This is it.
Yes, yeah, I cannot wait. And then we got Warp Tour shortly after that,
I'm
July,
so excited for Warp
June,
Tour.
July, something,
July. End of July.
July.
Um, which is crazy. So the other day I was like, you know what? I need to see because so Warp Tour is in Long Beach, which is usually has really nice weather, except we're like in the dead of summer. So it could be almost 100 degrees, it could be 75. With Long Beach, you never know. Also, the morning, like the festival starts at, I believe they said 11. So it's going to be cool at that time. And then it'll get really hot about 3 o'clock. And then the second the sun starts going down, will be freezing. Uh, but I was just having a look because every venue is different about their rules, and every artist is different about their rules. I realized when I was editing the Bad Omens tour episode, um, I mentioned chains and I never told you the actual story. So Jamie and I both I had like three different chains on, and Jamie had like a half chain, half belt situation happening. And so when we were going in, I had like my purse and stuff ready, and I'm like, here you go. And then I walked right in. Nobody said anything to me. And then I thought Jamie was right behind me, and she was not. So I turned around, like, what the heck? And her belt was gone. And I was like, where's your belt? And she's like, I threw it away because they said I had to go put it back in the car. It's like, we could have
Yeah,
went and put it back in the car. And she was like, nah, it's fine. It was from Shein. It was $1. I'm like, okay. But I just thought it was funny that they let me in I had actual chains, whereas Jamie basically had a belt.
yeah, and they're like, these Shein chains can do a lot of fucking damage. And so you better
from
take it off. And it's
from
like
the
literally
nosebleed seats.
the second I put the fucking belt on, it breaks. Like I don't think I'm gonna be choking anybody out. Like it's literally fine. Whatever. Um, I I don't know. I have like an outfit idea with chains on it, kind of, sort of, for Sick New World. I have like three different outfits I've kind of put together,
Mm-hmm.
and then depending on my mood, we'll see. We'll see if they let me, you know,
Let you in. Yeah,
wear it.
chains
I
is
don't
always a
know.
weird one. I've found
But I
for
can wear
every
chokers with spikes on it, okay? And those spikes, I guarantee you, will do more damage than
or
anything.
bracelets with spikes on them. You
Yeah,
know,
like, what are you talking about?
people wear big spikes in their ears, like for their earrings and stuff, and we're like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I get when, like, if you're in the pit, yeah, absolutely no chains. I get that because somebody stupid will 100% take their chain off to choke somebody out. I guarantee you it's probably happened more than we like to think. But also, I don't know, most, at least, I mean, not that I've been to about 10,000 metal concerts, but every metal concert I've been to in the last 2 years, everybody's really nice. And like they do mosh, but that's usually just throwing your limbs out and about. It's you're not actually punching anybody out on purpose. You're just literally just balls to the wall, just limbs flying wherever. So the no change is always kind of weird, but also too like that security guard that we had at Mayhem that made me throw my wheat thins away. It depends on what security guard you get, because some of them are like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine, and then others are like, absolutely not. You need to take everything you're wearing off and throw it in the trash. And you're like, I am not going to hurt anybody, but okay. Um, but yeah, so I was looking for Warp Tour because I want to know what I can and cannot bring. It's a 2-day festival, so I am extending the amount of days I've been at a festival. So the next step, obviously, we're gonna have to go to some 3-day festival, but it's a 2-day festival, and it's in Long Beach. And I want to know what I could and could not bring. The list of stuff you are not allowed to bring into Warp Tour is actually crazy, actually insane. I think the one that is the most tragic is, and the one Casey's gonna hate the most, is no metal water bottles.
Yeah, that's usually how it is though. Sick New World doesn't let you bring in metal ones. I had to bring in a clear, empty one.
Yeah,
And I'm like, that's really annoying because I am a big, prissy little princess and I just like room temperature, anything that's room temperature
hot
or
water.
warmer freaks me
Yeah.
the fuck out and I just don't like drinking it. Um, I
Well,
think
that and
it's like
then yeah,
it's annoying because when you get the water, it's like cool, and then by the time you drink it, it's fucking hot because you're fucking standing outside.
in the sun.
Yes,
Yeah, and I get it cuz it's like a metal water bottle, so blunt force trauma can happen, but also they're not, at least the couple of festivals and things that I've been to, you're not inside, you're outside all the time. Um Places will not give you ice, like all their drink
no,
booths and stuff.
they
They will not give
won't.
you ice. And it's like, I just give us ice. Give us ice. Literally, put it in a trough, let us scoop it out. I don't care. Just let us have some ice. Um, and the other thing too that I saw for Warp Tour, which I also do not like, is there's no outside food allowed in.
Yeah, that
And,
sucks.
and
No
I'm like,
snacky.
yeah, I need a snack, and I don't want to pay $10 every time I want a snack. You know? Can I not bring my fruit roll up in and my granola bar? Is it really that bad?
Yes, according to Warp Tour, it is
Yeah, yeah.
terrible.
It really is. There was another one that I was like, really? Hold on. Now I have to look. Oh, the other one that Jamie pointed out was, which was kind of crazy, is there's no re-entry. So it's like Mayhem where you're stuck. Like you can't be in there. I also like on their policies they also put no moshing, crowd surfing, or stage diving. And I'm like, babe, you realize this is Warp Tour, right? I feel
Yeah,
like Warp
I
Tours.
think they say that like at every festival and concert, and then they're
Yeah.
just like, and then the band's like, fucking go crazy, fuck the
Yeah.
rules, don't listen to them. Like when I saw
Yeah.
Attila, they were literally like, do whatever the fuck you want, come on stage, jump off the stage, throw your bras, I don't care, do whatever. And like people did that, and I was like, damn. And I was in the front, and I was getting stage dived on, and it was just not a good
Oh.
time.
Yeah, you're like, I came here to enjoy, not to be trampled. Thank you. I also think it's funny too, in Warp Tour, they state that so many things have to be sealed upon entry. Like, if you bring deodorant, has to be sealed. What? I can't just bring my deodorant that's almost empty that I can just throw away at any time of the day. You want me to bring a fresh new deodorant and lose that?
Yeah,
Absolutely
because you know
not.
what? You have drugs in that deodorant, Jamie, and I know it.
Yeah. I also think too you can bring gum, but that also has to be sealed. That one I get, but also very annoying.
Yeah, and make sure we have
Um,
to make sure Jamie has her cigarettes sealed this time.
yeah, so she doesn't throw out a whole freaking box. Oh my gosh.
Good times. It's so fun. We love festivals, but it's about that time, festival season. Can't wait.
Yeah, I also think it's funny too. The one that also got me was you can bring powdered makeup, but you cannot bring liquid makeup of any kind. And I'm like,
Like
I
liquid
really
eyeliner, does that
like
count?
liquid eyeliner,
What?
liquid foundation, liquid concealer. Like, I just like, are there that many people sneaking in like drugs or alcohol into makeup packaging?
Liquid, yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
what is happening? I can understand, like, listen, you absolutely cannot show up with the freaking jumbo sized elf face primer like open, right? Because that you could fit a couple shots of vodka in there and call it a day. But I'm like, really? Like liquid eyeliner or a conceal? Not that I'm really going to be probably wearing any makeup at these events, but it's just such an odd thing to point out. And I'm like, what happened? Like, can I have? They should link the backstory to these certain
Yeah, why
things
did
to
you
be
make
like,
this rule?
yeah, to be like, this is why we can't have nice things because I want to know. Like, I want to know.
Also, I've learned my lesson from previous experience. If you're going to put blood on your face, do it below your eyes, okay, people? This is
Yeah.
actually a PSA. If you're going to a festival or a concert and you think, maybe I should put blood on my face, I don't know, put it below your eyes because if you sweat really bad, then everything just gets in your eyes and then you can't see.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Anyways, that was just a general PSA. I was telling my coworkers that I was like, yeah, when I put blood on my face, I got, and they were like, why'd you put blood on your face? And I'm like, why not?
Why not?
What are you not asking the right questions here? Okay, um, you just got to put it below your eyes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like it's one of those things that you don't think about until you get really sweaty and you're in the crowd and you're like, oh my God, I can't freaking see.
I wasn't even in the crowd. We were standing in line, and I was like, "Fuck! It's already getting in my eyes. This is terrible." Oh yeah, yeah. It was.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a good idea until I was like, "Damn, it's 85 degrees out. What the hell?"
yeah, you're like, it's a vibe. And then it gets in your eyes and you're like, I hate everything right now.
Yeah. So I've learned my lesson. I don't think I'm going to do any sort of blood or anything anytime soon, but just a PSA to anybody that does want to put blood on their face. Just be aware. Okay.
Or any, honestly, any kind of like face paint esque kind of thing. Definitely keep it below the eyes. Just assume that you're going to sweat it into your eyes. Even I found you even have to be careful with what sunscreen you have. Most of the time,
Yeah.
my eyes will burn from sunscreen. I'm just like, why do my eyes like it? Just it feels weird, and then I realized that I put non-face sunscreen on my face, and so it just like comes off with your sweat, and it's not a good time. So be gentle with your eyes; they're sensitive.
Yes, especially in the sun.
Yes. We do have to figure out what we're going to wear for Warp Tour though, because I'm split in the middle right now. I kind of want to be mostly naked, but also I want to be covered with UV protective fabric from the sun cuz I don't want to burn.
Yes. I know one of my days because I went to this like pre-party thing they did when they announced Warp Tour that they had in Vegas.
Mm.
And it was like the creator of Warp Tour was there and
Oh,
they
that's
gave out
cool.
free shirts. So I think I'm gonna cut up my Warp Tour shirt. It just says like Warped
Mm.
is back.
Yeah.
Um so one of the days I might cut that up and like wear that because
Cute.
you know I got that. I do have I think it's it's an I actually don't even know where that tank top is. Never mind. I did get a tank top from the last time I went to Warp Tour
Mhm.
back in 2017, I think.
That sounds about right.
Um yeah, it was when I went with the
Was it really that
Fantastic Plastics.
I feel like it was
But
earlier than that though.
Because when I lived in Oregon, so I think it was 2017.
Oh, yeah,
I was
maybe that's true.
definitely 21 because I was for sure drinking at Warp Tour. I remember I was like really excited to drink at Warp Tour. And then I kind of just ran around by myself. Um, and yeah,
I'm excited. It's gonna be a good time.
it is.
I also really like that it's in Long Beach. Long Beach
It's
is so
also nice that
nice.
it's 2 days because, like, back then it was only 1 day. But it is nice that
Mm,
it's 2 days because you can a like split up your artists you want to see, and
yeah.
b you can like actually have a chance to look at all the vendors and all the merch and like I don't know if they do meet and greets now, but like back then, like you could meet the artist at their tent.
Mm,
So it is nice that it's split up in 2 days because like the year I went, I was just like there was so much to do and like I was there with like a band. So I was like hanging out with the band, taking
yeah.
pictures for them and stuff. Um, and then, but yeah, it was only 1 day. But I like that it's 2 days.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have 2 days because then too the thing that'll really be nice is if there's like a debt. Oh, there's no re-entry though. That's the only bad thing is because like if there was like 3 hours of bands that we did not want to see, we could go like lay down to take a nap, but you can't leave and come back, which I think is silly
Yeah, that is really silly.
because you still have to go through security. So it's like, are you just not paying security to be at the gate? And that's why there's no reentry allowed, is because you don't want to pay for that. Like, it's just so strange. I don't like the no reentry. I mean,
Yeah,
even like Disneyland lets you leave and come back,
yeah, for real.
as does
So
the
like you coming
airport.
back?
They just make you go through security again.
Which let's hope that I don't know. I haven't really seen much on the TSA thing, but I'm assuming they're still not paying them.
No, that actually they came back to regular schedule.
Oh, good, good, good.
I definitely know earlier this week because I bought my plane ticket to Orlando. So they say that TSA has resumed as per usual. So um, we don't have to worry about that traveling in the near future. But who knows? Because I thought because they did a shutdown like last year, I think.
It was like
So
six
I
months ago. It was like not even that long ago.
yeah, and so like I was like, oh, okay, so that maybe like 2 months, and then they'll go back to paying them, which they did, and then they did it again, and I'm like, why are we? Okay, listen, I understand why TSA is the way it is because 9/11 was terrible, and I get that, but that has now become an essential thing to have in every airport. So our government just can't be like, okay, we're not going to pay that essential part because, like, you're still giving the fire department their money. You're still giving the police department their money. You, like, you got to give TSA their money. The TSA,
And
you can't just have not TSA.
especially since it's been like twice, like they,
Yeah.
have bills to pay. They have to,
Yeah.
be
And it
able
was
to pay
crazy.
rent.
Yeah. And, like, if they have kids or families or, anything like that. I was actually watching the news one time and it was during the first shutdown, and the the people like for the Burbank airport specifically, people were like, "I want like, can we donate money? Like, how can we?" But because they're employed by the government, they cannot take donations like that, which
That's
I think is
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, I saw people like they were like going and like instead of going to work, they would go and like donate blood to,
Yeah.
just get by because that's crazy. Like, I get it. I also would not go to work if you're not paying me. There's been times where my job has not paid me on time. Like, I still got
Oh.
paid that day, but like it was late in the day and I was going to riot. Okay. I was like, if I wasn't salary and I wasn't the big boss, I would not be here, but I have to,
Yeah.
do my job.
Yeah. I
Um,
do know TSA, the fire department ended up doing when they do the like fill the boot donation thingy.
mhm.
Um and they found a loophole in that if they bought like gift cards like this, so they bought a lot of like gas gift cards because it takes gas to get to work. You have to spend money to earn money.
Yeah.
And so they bought a bunch of gas cards and then handed them out to people that worked in TSA. And I'm like, that's super nice because that would be the one thing, like, literally, if I wasn't getting paid, I'd be like, how am I supposed to get? I do not live a
Like,
walkable
except for
distance from
me.
my job. So, like, how am I supposed to, if I worked a super important job like that, how am I supposed to get to work if I can't pay to get to work? And, that's kind of the one thing, too. I remember my the job I have was my first job out of college. And so I didn't have a car. And I don't live a walkable distance from anything except like to the back of my backyard. That's the only thing that's walkable. And my boss was just like, when I was saying I could only work nights because I had to wait for one of my parents to get home so I could take the car. And he was just like, just take public transport. And I was like, boss, in order to get to the nearest train station, I have to drive at least 15 minutes, either into Santa Clarita or into Palmdale, and then get the train, take the train, which is like, it takes like an hour to get even close to my job from the town I live in. And then I got to take like 3 buses to get to work. So, like, no, public transport, unfortunately, in a lot of LA, it's just not feasible. And so I can't
Yeah.
imagine having a government job and having a shutdown and being like, okay, but you still have to come to work. And it's like, okay, but you're not paying me. So I actually can't pay for gas to get me to work. So it's just all kinds of backwards. I am glad that TSA is back to normal. I'm hoping they got a raise because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Adulting in this world. It's just not a great time to be an adult. And Casey is only going further into adulthood.
Oh, I'm young. What are you talking about? I still have 2 weeks of being young and
Uh,
cool and hip.
you're gonna go into sick new world, young and cool and hip, and come out a grandma.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, nobody talk to me for the next 5 to 7 business days. I'm sore and I'm sunburnt because that's obviously gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
And I'm grouchy and I'm old.
Yeah, not only are you gonna have post festival depression, but now you're gonna have post 30 depression
It's already been
slash
spiraling
existential
me for the last
crisis.
month. It's okay. I've already been in the essential crisis for the last month of my life, so it's fine. I think hopefully by Sick New World I'll be better.
Yeah, sick new world will inject you with some
Seeing
serotonin.
Davey Havoc will definitely
Oh, absolutely.
make my life better because he's
It
50,
will
so
it will revitalize you in a way you never knew you could be revitalized. Because that's how I felt about seeing Noah Sebastian twice in a week, and
I'm
then
definitely gonna cry. I mean, I may not cry at Sick New World, but when I see him in
you'll cry at
Minneapolis,
the barricade
I
in
will
Minneapolis.
absolutely cry. I will absolutely be in tears. I got my rosary that I made out of candy beads ready.
Nice.
So I'm very, very excited. I can't wait.
I love that for you. Now, have you only made one candy rosary, or is that your new hyperfixation?
I only made one because
Nice.
AFI has a song called Holy Visions,
Mm-hmm.
and there is like a lyric that says holding cheap beads. And
Oh,
so I
okay.
made a rosary out of some beads. I only made
Yeah.
one because the cross was like a bitch to make. Like you have to make like each individual section and then like loop it all together.
Okay.
So I did only make the one, but I think it came out pretty good. And if I do get in the front at the show in Minneapolis, my plan is to throw it on stage or give it to Davey Havoc. That is my
Oh,
plan.
absolutely. 10 out of 10.
Um,
Davey, be
if that
ready.
yeah, he better I can be ready for that because I'm giving it to him, okay?
Yeah.
So that's that. If I do get into front, I will be in tears. So expect to see a lot of crying.
I will have to find out who takes their concert pictures and be like, listen, I need you to look for this 5 foot 9 goth baddie who's going to be in the front. She's going to be in full tears. I'm going to need as much documentation of that as humanly possible. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm so excited. Can't wait. It's going to be so much fun, and we will be talking about it, obviously,
Mhm. Mhm.
in the next few weeks. We got birthday episodes, concert episodes,
Yeah.
TV episodes. We got a lot coming up.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, this is the part of the year where we get really really busy and
Yeah,
just
this is
have
the end of the
we
year.
yeah,
The beginning
we
of the year is really
just
slow, but once it gets later on, that it gets picks up a lot.
yeah, February for us, I feel like is always the really weird, wonky month because we just don't have anything to talk about in February. We just like survive Christmas. Casey and I both still work retail, so we just survive Christmas. So January is like reflection slash hope for the new year, and then February
Mhm.
is the void. And then March we start gearing up for shows and birthdays and everything else. Now we and this year we had a bunch of concerts at the beginning of the year, which is nice. Um, but yeah, I'm super excited. Have you been doing any kind of crafts lately?
I do make, I did start doing polymer clay stuff. I need
Ooh.
to get like a crafting bench because
Yeah.
my apartment is not an ideal setup right now for it, but I do like to make little clowns.
Aww.
And I made a little rat clown, and I made a little cosmic brownie. You can just literally make anything. I'm trying to learn how to make a lighter case and an ashtray for Jamie. It's a slow
Oh.
process, but I am working on making some stuff for, like, especially for Christmas time. I want to like get really good at it and then make a bunch of keychains and earrings and stuff
Mm-hmm.
because it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it is kind of frustrating because anytime I start making like when I opened my like clay stuff, I just had it on my table, and then um, I noticed a couple of my clays were missing, and I was like, "That's weird." And then I found them scattered throughout my house with little teeth marks in them,
Oh
and I was like,
no.
that's weird."
Oh gosh. We love that cat of yours.
And the other day, he decided to walk across one of my eyeshadow palettes, so his feeties were dirt. I was like, "Why are you covered?" Like, I'm like, what are you? What did you get into? He's like covered in black, and his bag legs are all dirty. He's dirty. I'm like, what the hell did you get into? What's his problem?
He wants to be beautiful.
Bad.
No. Yeah, I love a good craft. I haven't done anything super crafty lately. Although to be fair, so I'm going to, which is will be another episode, obviously. I'm going to Fan Fest at Universal. This will be the second year they're doing Fan Fest, but me and the gals have decided on a One Piece cosplay, group cosplay situation. So we're going as the main three. I'm gonna be Zoro, Lauren's gonna be Sanji, and Brooke's gonna be Luffy. So I did for the first time. I actually worked with what was it? It's foam clay. Um,
Like air dry clay.
yeah, it's like air
Yeah.
dry, but it dries and feels like EVA foam when it's dry.
Oh.
Which I there's this one YouTuber I watch called Rachel Makesy, who is fabulous by the way, but she uses it all the time, and so when we started getting it at work, I was like, ooh, I think it was like $3.99 for a nice little tub, and I was like, I'll buy that, and I've had it for like a year, and I was like, I don't even know if it's still good. It is. It is. I used it for the first time to make Zoro's got 3 dangling earrings. I'm trying to do I've been trying to be really conscious about my crafting this year because I have so much craft stuff
Yeah.
and I buy so much craft stuff. I'm like, I really need to like use what I have. I've also been saving money for the Orlando trip. And so I'm like, I gotta use what I have. And so instead of buying Zoro earrings, I just made them. So I made 3 gold dangling earrings. The only thing I didn't make that I did have to buy was like I just because I don't have 3 holes in my ears. I had to buy the little like clip on. earring situation thingies. Um, so I've made that recently, and I still need to make his like he wears I don't know the purpose. He has like a green it looks like a waist trainer. It's not a waist trainer, but that's what it looks like.
Oh, he has like a little belt thing, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. So I have to finish making that. And so that's on my list. And then other Jamie and I are doing like a little craft swap because Jamie is a genius and she knows how to do stuff with yarn, which is not
Hmm.
in my wheelhouse. I hand knit a blanket, and that's about as yarn-ish as I get. She like actually like crochets and stuff, which I find amazing because I tried a couple of times and my brain is just like, no, not that. I'm like, okay. So she's gonna make me like a little knitted shawl situation. So I told her I would make her a makeup bag because I make those like flat lay makeup bags. And she commented when we went to Bad Omens, she's like, I need a makeup bag like that. And I was like, I got you. What pattern do you want? So she's getting a Power Rangers one, which I'm very excited to make.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then I had a friend. Her daughter just went to her prom, but she bought a dress and she wanted a slit in it, and I was like, I mean, what kind of slit? Like on the front of her leg? And she's like, no, she wants it just down the side. I'm like, great. So I had to seam rip apart her dress and then sew it back together. So that's been all of my crafting as of late. Just little things here and there, but I've just been so tired, you know.
Me too. Yeah.
It's tough being old.
It is rough. It is terrible. I am in bed by like 9:30
Yeah,
every night.
yeah, yeah. I know.
So
I'm 10:30 is my usual bedtime because unfortunately I hate that my job is like, okay, you're gonna close today, and then you'll open tomorrow, and then you'll open the next day, but then you'll close again, and so my body just does have. I have like no internal clock
me
whatsoever.
either. Yesterday I came home and that's why I texted you maybe we can play Fortnite because I came home
Mm-hmm.
and I my stomach hurt really bad, so I laid down
Oh.
and then I fell asleep until like 9:30 and then I woke up and I was like confused and then I went back to bed at like 12. So naturally I woke up at like 5:30
Mm-hmm.
because of course. Yeah, so it's been fun.
Yeah, adulting is hard.
It is very hard.
Also, the doom scroll has gotten me. I've turned off all of my like social media notifications because I've realized that was like really distract. I'm trying to like use what I have craft wise but also craft a bit more. It's just so hard cuz like I've got like a wedding to go to in a few weeks and then I've got like trips. I Planning trips is very fun and also extremely stressful because that's all I want to sit down and do, and unfortunately I have to go to work. So I was just
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. But it's just like the stress of like work is terrible. Um Also like random tangent. I'm gonna complain. Be aware. Um my district manager used to be my store manager. And so I understand he's very detail oriented and he's very picky and he also like hardly ever says good job. And so which whatever. You don't want to tell me good job, that's your prerogative. I know I do a good job. You don't have to tell me. But the other day, which is what I literally came home and just like lay down cuz I had to do like the truck from hell, and it was supposed to be like a 20-minute unload the truck, right? It was a B truck. It had some Christmas trees on it and some other things. But the store before us decided they were going to put all their trash on the truck. And I'm like, great. So I had to,
That's rude.
yeah, yeah. And they didn't like pack it nicely either. They literally just like chucked 8 pallets worth of trash into the truck with no saran wrap on it or whatever. So luckily, I thank God for my stock guys because I was ready to cry. Um But they got it. They're like, "Don't worry, Jamie, we got this." I'm like, "Okay, if you insist. I'm just gonna go home now."
Like,
But so I
I'm
had that,
done.
and then like closing with like 3 people in my giant store is not fun. Um, and so I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go do the trash. I'm gonna blow out this department because there's like, like it's floral, so it's got all the twigs and the loose flowers and all that." Um, and I went to go do the trash, and my senior manager had left the trash compactor full, so I could not put any trash in it. I had to like run it like 10 times to get the trash to go down the chute so that I could put the trash in there. And so by the time I was done with the trash, it was time to go. I was like, I'm not putting anybody in. We're already, payroll's already tight. I'm, we gotta go. And I just had this feeling, I'm like, I guarantee you my district manager is gonna be in the store tomorrow. But it is what it is. And freaking call me that's so Raven, because he was in fact in the store at 7:30 in the morning, and he was like, the recovery, who recovered? The recovery is awful. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, it wasn't awful. Was it great? No. But it wasn't awful. And then he left us a giant laundry list of things to do. I'm like, yes, because I have time to hand write price tags for all of these items when I've got 200 hours worth of reshuffling the store because corporate says it needs to look this way now. Like, so this is a PSA. We're going to have lots of PSAs in this episode. PSA, be nice to your employees, especially the ones that help you get promoted, because we're trying our best. Because when I should have like 8 people closing and I have 3, it's not gonna work. No matter how hard any of us try. So that's my complaint for the week, is that work is tiring me out, and then they do the whole, well, you did a really bad job. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for that. I'm so glad that you're taking my stress and making it worse. And then so I come home and pass out and then don't do any crafting or reading. Poor Fourth Wing is still sitting on my printer. I probably have maybe like 10 chapters left. And it's been sitting on my printer for the last like 2.5 months because I just don't want to come home and read. It's really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel
Um,
that.
yeah. But adulting is hard. Um, if you have any frustrations that you would like to air, please put them in the comments below. You're not alone. Trust us. We get
Yes.
it.
We all are tired.
Yes. But also subscribe, because we will be talking about Casey's birthday next episode, which is exciting because birthday, and also exciting because she may or may not cry because she's going to be 30.
True.
So you're going to want to subscribe for that. See it happen in real time. And don't forget to follow us on all the socials. We don't post very often, so we won't be annoying. So
Yes.
just
So
subscribe.
follow us. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can also subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening, which is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And we will see you guys in the next episode. So goodbye.
Bye.